This is a radius bone. It is a lateral bone of forearm. It is homologous to tibia. Shaft of the radius ossifies from the primary center, which appears during the 8th week of development. Lower end ossifies from the secondary center, which arises during the first year and fuses with shaft at the 20th year. Now, let's talk about the side determinants. Upper end consists of the head. It is a disc-shaped, articulates with the capitulum of humerus, and covered by the annular ligament, which extends to the lower margin of the neck, and there is a radial tuberosity, and this is a shaft. Shaft presents lateral convexity, sharpest interosseous border on the medial side. This is a lower end, which this is the widest part, has 5 surfaces. Lateral surface has a styloid process, and dorsal surface has a listers of tubercle. And so styloid process should be on the lateral side, and interosseous border should be on the medial side. So this is the left side radius. Now let's discuss about the upper end. Head has a humeroradial articulation, neck has a quadrate ligament, and radial tuberosity has a insertion of tendons of bicep brachii. Shaft has a 3 borders and 3 surfaces. Anterior surface has the origin of flexor pollicis longus in upper 2/4 part, and insertion of the pronator quadratus in the lower 1/4 part. Presence of nutrient foramen in the middle part. There is a nutrient artery and anterior interosseous arteries branch. And on the posterior surface, origin of abductor pollicis longus in the middle 1/3 part here, and origin of extensor pollicis brevis. And on the lateral surface, there is an insertion of the supinator in the upper 1/3 part, and insertion of the pronator teres. Now let's talk about the borders. Anterior border has an oblique line, has the origin of flexor digitorum superficialis, and posterior border has a oblique line, and medial border is the sharpest border and has the attachment of the interosseous membrane. Now talk about the lower end. This is the widest part, has the 5 surfaces. This is the anterior surface and posterior surface, medial surface, lateral surface, and this is the inferior surface. So anterior surface has a palmar radiocarpal ligaments of wrist joint. On the posterior surface, there is a Lister's tubercle for tendon of extensor pollicis longus. There is a lateral groove which gives a passage to the extensor carpi radialis longus and extensor carpi radialis brevis. And medial groove gives a passage to the extensor pollicis longus and passes tendons of extensor digitorum and extensor indicis. Now, lateral surface has tendons of abductor pollicis longus and extensor pollicis brevis, and has an insertion of brachioradialis. Now, inferior surface has a lateral triangular area which is known as scaphoid process, and medial rectangular area which is known as lateral part of lunate. Now, let's talk about the clinical anatomy of radius. Radius commonly get fractured about 2 cm above the lower end, which is known as Colles fracture. This fracture is caused by a fall on the outstretched hand. If the distal fragment gets displaced anteriorly, then it is called the Smith's fracture.